Ever wonder about the great unsung heroes of American history? The ones who faced down national crises with courage and ingenuity. Well, today we're talking about one such crisis from 1842, long before smartphones, social media, or even chairs that didn't feel like they were made of stone. The problem threatening the very foundation of the United States government was papers kept flying off desks. I'm not kidding. That was a real national emergency. Imagine a dusty office in Washington, D.C. A clerk named Mr. Benjamin T. Woodson is hard at work. His job, simple, organize papers. His mortal enemy, not foreign invaders, not political scandal, not a looming economic collapse. His enemy was the wind. Every time he neatly stacked a pile of crucial documents, a gentle breeze from the window would sweep through, sending them scattering across the room like a flock of confused papery pigeons. It was chaos. Bills, reports, memos, all dancing in the air. Mr. Woodson, pushed to his limit, finally had a flash of revolutionary genius. A thought that would change the course of administrative history forever. He thought, what if I put something heavy, on top of the papers? And so, with that earth-shattering idea, the very first official United States government paperweight was born. Now, you might be picturing something grand, maybe a glass orb with an eagle inside, or a bronze bust of a founding father. Nope, it was a rock. Literally, a rock he picked up from outside the office. He placed it triumphantly on his stack of papers, and they stayed put. His boss came over, took a long, hard look at this groundbreaking innovation, and delivered the most underwhelming line of approval in American history. Yes, that works. And then he walked away. No parade, no medal, just a simple nod. For the next 27 years, this became the standard. Government workers across the nation improvised. They used rocks, old coffee cups, spare boots, and on one particularly desperate occasion, a piece of stale bread. Anything with enough mass to defeat a mild gust of wind was fair game. Offices looked less like government institutions and more like a collection of random objects. It was a strange time. But hey, the paperwork wasn't flying around anymore, so it was considered a success. Then, in 1869, after nearly 3 decades of using miscellaneous junk to hold down important documents, someone finally had a second revolutionary thought. A brave soul stood up in a meeting and probably said something like, "Guys, this is getting ridiculous. Maybe we should, make an actual asterisk paperweight, on purpose." The idea made its way to Congress, and, of course, Congress being Congress, they launched into a 4-hour debate on the matter. It was reportedly so boring that not a single person managed to stay awake for the entire thing. But eventually, they agreed. It was time to officially manufacture paperweights. And that, my friends, is the completely true, surprisingly uneventful story of how one of America's most ignored inventions became a staple of office life. There was no war, there were no dramatic speeches, there were no heroes charging into battle. There was just a frustrated clerk, a gentle breeze, and a rock. Sometimes the biggest changes in history don't come with a bang, but with the quiet thud of a stone being placed on a stack of paper. It just goes to show you, even the most mundane objects have a story to tell. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this little trip back in time, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more weird history. See you in the next video.